So he's excited. Queso is excited. Look at his face. Look at the queso face. Got some good news, people. Let's open up the garage here. V8 life. M3. TR6060 for the M3. Oh yeah. I mean, just look at that. Look at it. Pretty exciting. Gotta order a clutch, get this thing together, pull the front end off of this car, and then maybe get the exhaust, start test fitting stuff. It's gonna go right in there. Go to your home, engine. Awesome.
Time of doing a little bit of welding before we get over here to the M3 convertible and start doing cool things like this engine and that transmission, and they go together.
Hello. As you can see, we have the front of the car apart. Took us about an hour. Now we're ready to bolt the transmission to the engine, start mocking things up. It's done! But let's get another one too.
Hold on. Why is my phone zooming in so far?
Because it's video.
No, it won't stop zooming in. It won't go out. All right, hold on. All right, so we just got the motor and trans together and put it in the E46 M3 convertible to see how everything fits. Again, this is a 60 LQ4 with a TR6060 Magnum, basic T56 Magnum trans. Just kind of have it set in here, obviously. Just checking out clearances and whatnot. And we got the truck pan on here, and it is clearing. We didn't even have to drop the subframe. It was tight as hell, but it worked. You can see the clearance that we have between the subframe and the back of the pan, and then up top. It's sitting on the subframe right now, just because we're making sure everything's level. But it's gonna work, and not be sitting on the subframe. Then we got this giant plate here from my old piece of shit truck. And it's like 1/8 inch steel, so we're going to use that and fabricate something to make a heat shield. Or, sorry, a skid plate here, yeah. And, yeah.
Titties.
Titties, bro. Yeah.
Preliminary tests are good.
Yay. Alrighty, so yesterday we got the engine and transmission in to the M3, the 60. We kept the engine and trans together and actually got it in there without dropping the subframe. And it was a really tight fit, but it works. Truck pan still on there. And today Tommy is working on the power steering pump. He's using the BMW pump because that's what we're doing. And he's created this little contraption here, and it's awesome. We actually used a spanner wrench that we had lying over, left over from Bilstein shocks, and just kind of mocking everything up now. Seeing if it lines up, and it looks like it's probably going to. So yay! And the alternator is probably going to sit right over here because that's best clearance. The hood also shuts, which is sweet. Okay, update. The power steering pump, the BMW power steering pump, looks to be finished. So it lines up real nice and back over here. Tommy wound up using what we had, which was a spanner wrench for Bilstein shocks and struts right here. And then we used an Audi hood strut, like a hood prop, like this guy.
Hood hinge.
Yeah, the hinge, sorry. For that bottom part of the bracket there. Welded it up. It's nice and sturdy. And yeah.
AN fitting.
What?
AN fitting.
What AN fitting? Oh yeah, you got an AN fitting down here for spacing with a bolt through it as well. And the reservoir is just high enough, higher than the pump, and it sits comfortably out of the way of everything. Kind of had to fabricate that as well, but not so much. And I didn't mention before, I think Tommy did, but the AC compressor is a BMW AC compressor, and it pretty much lined right up for the most part. He had to do a little bit of cutting.
Drill the bolts out. Drill the bolt holes out.
Yeah.
And then cut the bracket, the GM bracket, and put a washer on the top bolt there. And the tension seems to work with the stock belt, but it's sitting. One of the ribs is sitting on the back side So it's kind of hanging off
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
So I think the solution may be to get, instead of a 4-rib belt, get a 3-rib belt, and only have 3 ribs on here and 3 ribs on here, and then the tensioner get a slightly longer belt, because right now tensioner is just chilling.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Now the real question is, does the body control the AC in this car, or does the ECU? Because if it's the body, then in theory AC should work right now if the motor was running.
Right, so something that I could remember, and Tommy didn't really know anything about, is the AC compressor is run by the connectors that go through the body module, or the body harness for the E46, versus GM actually runs it from the engine harness. So we're using an Arduino board to, you know, kind of make them work, but we'll see what happens. So, yay! On to pulling the motor and trans back out, and we got to do a little bit of engine bay cleaning and shaving to make a little bit of room for the headers back here. So we're going to remove, like, I know it's hard to see, but this part of the body here, this piece of sheet metal that's seam welded on, it goes around. We're going to cut that away. That way we have more room for the last runner, the cylinder 8.